Never judge someone by their appearance. What happens when a racist restaurant owner crosses the line with a black couple? You won't believe how karma pays a visit. Imagine this. A quiet, upscale restaurant in the middle of town, where everyone knows everyone. But on this day, something is about to disrupt that tranquility. A decision that will shake the very foundation of this place. And the person responsible? The restaurant owner himself, blinded by his own prejudice. But what happens next? Well, let's just say, he's in for the lesson of his life. Meet Roger, a well-off, middle-aged man who runs a popular restaurant in town. Roger's restaurant has always had a certain type of clientele, and that's exactly how he likes it. He doesn't say it out loud, but everyone knows it. He doesn't cater to just anyone. When people walk into his restaurant, he's already making judgments. Who belongs and who doesn't. Now, Roger's restaurant prides itself on being exclusive, but today, that exclusivity is about to be tested. Enter the couple. Let's call them James and Monique. They're well-dressed, polite, and ready for a nice evening out. They've heard great things about this place and made a reservation well in advance. But to Roger, all he sees is their skin color. The moment they step inside, the tension is palpable. Roger watches them like a hawk, his discomfort rising. He signals to the hostess with a quick glance that says everything. Don't seat them. Monique notices, nudging James with a concerned look. Is it just me? Or is this guy staring at us weird? James shrugs, brushing it off. Maybe he's just having a bad day. But they both know something's off. Roger approaches them, putting on a forced smile. I'm sorry, but we're fully booked tonight. Monique, confused, pulls out her phone. We have a reservation for 7 p.m. Right here. Roger doesn't even glance at the screen. I'm afraid there's been a mistake. We won't be able to accommodate you. James, calm but firm, asks, how is that possible? We made a reservation like everyone else. Roger's fake smile drops. I don't have to explain myself. You need to leave. At this point, other diners are starting to take notice, whispers filling the air. Monique's face flushes with embarrassment. Why are you doing this? She asks, her voice barely above a whisper. Roger doesn't answer. Instead, he turns to his hostess, signaling for her to show them the door. It's clear now. This isn't about a reservation mistake. It's about something much darker. As they walk out, heads hung low, Monique can feel the weight of eyes on her. The humiliation stings, but more than that, it's the injustice that burns deep. James, on the other hand, stays quiet, his fists clenched. We can't let him get away with this, Monique says, her voice trembling with anger. But James takes a breath. We won't. Meanwhile, back inside the restaurant, Roger is feeling pretty satisfied with himself. In his mind, he's just protected his establishment. Little does he know, this decision is about to haunt him. That night, after returning home, James and Monique share the experience with their friends, and soon enough, it catches fire on social media. Tweets, videos, and posts flood in, calling out the restaurant for what it is, a place of discrimination. The next morning, Roger wakes up to a storm. His phone won't stop buzzing. Notifications, missed calls, emails, all of it demanding answers. News outlets are picking up the story. His restaurant's once pristine reputation? Gone overnight. He tries to defend himself, saying it was just a misunderstanding, but nobody's buying it. There's video footage from a diner who recorded the whole interaction, and it's not looking good. The pressure builds, and before he knows it, people are calling for boycotts. It gets worse. Not only are customers canceling reservations, but suppliers are starting to pull out. Even the staff, uncomfortable with the situation, are reconsidering working for a man who holds such hateful views. For the first time in years, Roger feels powerless. Days go by, and the restaurant, once filled with chatter and laughter, is eerily quiet. Roger sits at one of the empty tables, looking out at what's become of his business. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he sees a familiar face walking through the door, James. But this time, James isn't alone. He's brought Monique, and behind them are several members of the local community. Roger's heart sinks. He knows why they're here. James approaches the counter, calm but resolute. "We didn't come here for an apology, Roger. We came to show you something." Roger, confused, follows them outside. A crowd has gathered, holding signs, standing together in solidarity. But instead of yelling or protesting, they're simply there. It's peaceful, but the message is clear. Monique speaks up, her voice steady. "You judged us based on the color of our skin. But look at us. We're not here to destroy you, Roger. We're here to show you what community looks like." Roger, for the first time, is speechless. He had expected anger, violence even. But what he's faced with is far more powerful. A united front that he can't break. James steps forward. "You can either continue down the path of hate, or you can learn from this. The choice is yours." Roger's eyes dart between the crowd and James. It's a pivotal moment. The man who once felt invincible in his beliefs is now confronted with a reality he can't deny. His actions have consequences. Not just for him, but for everyone around him. Roger takes a deep breath, his voice shaky. I didn't realize." James nods. "That's the thing about prejudice, Roger. You don't realize how deeply it hurts until it's too late." The restaurant owner stands there, the weight of his choices pressing down on him. He's been humbled, but more importantly, he's been given a second chance. One that many others might never have received. Will Roger change? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. That night, he learned a lesson he'll never forget. Watch the next video to see more stories like this one.